What's up everybody, Full Manga Alchemist here, and today we're going to be going over a first impressions video over a brand new series by one of my favorite mangakas, and that is Shujo Oshimi's Blood on the Tracks. So without further ado, let's get into it. So, we're jumping into the latest work of a fantastic mangaka and one of my favorites, Blood on the Tracks. If you're not familiar with Oshimi, he has put out fantastic artworks like The Flowers Evil, Happiness, and Inside Mari. I personally recommend starting out with The Flowers of Happiness. But to jump straight into his brand new series put out by Vertical, Blood on the Tracks, it is a story about a mother and a son and just their interpersonal relationship, at least of what's in this first volume without giving too much away. It follows the young boy Osabe, that sounds better. Follows young boy Osabe and just normal, 14-year-old boy stuff. He plays with his friends. He has a crush on this girl in his class, and it just, he's kind of a shy boy. But very quickly in the story, you find out that his mother is very, very, very overprotective, to the point that it is kind of unsettling. Just wanting to constantly touch her son, or if something super small happens, she just gets super worried about him, but also being kind of free, to the point that she'll let him have people over. It's pretty consistently that his cousin comes over and they're playing video games, and I love the stark contrast between the cousin and Osabe. Because Osabe's such a sheltered young child, and he only knows this certain way that his mother's going to protect him, and then his cousin is more of the punk teen, where going through the edgy, rebellious stage of a young teenage boy that just doesn't really care about what happens. It just kind of goes with the flow. And all that really spirals into her being told that she's too overprotective, and him being told that his mom's overprotective, and there's just a really intense, be it a little bit unsettling relationship that kind of you see taking form, and that has been there for a long time. And I'm enjoying it so far, but Oshimi does what he does best, and he makes you unsettled very easily. Okay, moving on with the artwork. I personally, for this first volume, I like it. He does a good job at being just having super still, blank face panels, and just making you feel, chills run up your spine. But way more so, at least, than The Flowers of Evil, which is the other Oshimi that I've wrote. His artwork is very scratchy, and I would assume that's by design. There's a reason, but more so than anything I've seen, panels or his artwork is very, very scratchy. And not his landscapes or backgrounds; those are always beautiful, but just his character portraits and just the way he does his outlines in this, it's very, very scratchy. One thing I will point out about the art, and it's just me, I'm a teeth person. Osabe's aunt, her teeth, the way he draws her teeth makes me wildly uncomfortable, to the point I'm like, ugh, I try to block out her face when I'm reading those panels. Because she's always big smiling, and I freaking hate it, man. It makes me shiver. I do not like if he's trying to do that, that is on point, but it's just insane. But as far as my final thoughts for the first impressions of this volume, I think it's a good volume. I think it shows huge potential, because of course it's Oshimi. I want to see where it goes, and there's a huge cliffhanger at the end of this, volume, that you're like, how, like, what's next? What's gonna go now? How is this potentially lie going to pan out? And it's kind of leaves you on edge, man. Like you gotta be really, you have to really think about it, because it could go one of 8 different directions. But do I recommend this first volume as far as the first impressions of it? Yeah, of course. I think it's gonna pan out. Every first volume of Hashimi that I've read or seen, it starts out kind of, you know, it's just gotta build like any other story. It's not gonna be in your face. And this is one of those. But I think, you know, if you like Oshimi especially, give it a look. And if you want like a little bit of an unsettling, almost like what I feel like could eventually turn into a thriller, yeah, give Blood on the Tracks a try. But anyways, I really appreciate everybody showing up to this video and, you know, watching. If you like content like this or other content that I do, be sure to like and give it a comment and tell me what you think about Blood on the Tracks. Also, if you really enjoyed this, you know, think about subscribing. You can also follow me on Twitter to see my upload schedule, and that is @MangaAlchemist. And I really appreciate everyone stopping by. So keep reading manga, guys. Be good to each other.